So we've got to start understanding how much this is actually going to cost. So there's no use building into this project and realising it's actually going to cost tens of thousands of dollars more than we thought it was, and we haven't budgeted for it. Timber, get this job done. Some smaller pieces down the bottom. Timber yard didn't have 3.6s, so I think it's some 4.8s, and they're bloody huge, but got it all back. Thank you, Bunnings. All strapped in. That ain't going anywhere. Alright, let's unload it. Alright, so a fair bit more done now. See, we've laid out that side. Most of this is done again at the back here, so progress, which is great. Fair bit more to do still, but so hardest thing, or the most time consuming thing, is getting it all level. So obviously it's 5 meters from here to here. You can't just you know, it's a bit difficult to get the string line out and whatnot. I mean, you can use a normal I-beam level, but I mean this one's only 2 meters in length, so you know, unless you pegged out here and then here again and then leveled it all out, it's pretty time consuming, but definitely all about the technology these days. So this is what we use. This is a laser from DeWalt. What it essentially does is, you can see there, it's self-leveling, so you can see, wiggle it a bit, you see the pendulum in there move a bit, and what that means is it casts a nice green beam, and knowing that this is 125mm from the green beam to the top there, what we can do is just got a level over here with a detector on it, but because this green beam's so strong and it's only 5 meters away, I don't really need the level. You can see, bang, right there, that's cast a nice green beam there. Now I don't know where my tape measure is, somewhere. But all we need to do then is measure from this green, nice little green line here, down to here. We did that to the start pickets, and once we know it's 125mm, bang, we're set. So we just do that a few times across here, and that's how we get perfectly spot on level there. And then the string line just confirms it too, but makes the job very easy, and that's why I love technology. So, you know, if this is like EFI, this is like having a carby. So still get the same result, but one's much more accurate and quicker, probably more reliable really, because I mean, pack up if you're on site, if you're a tradie too, track that string line, dust off all the dirt and crap and Christ knows what's on it, versus I turn that off and I put it in the box and I leave site. So that's why lasers are so cool. Love technology. So other things that are necessary for this job: Irwin clamps. This is like your 3rd, 4th, 5th set of spare hands. If you're doing jobs by yourself, you need to pick up a ton of these clamps. They're just an absolute godsend. So you'll see the star pickets, obviously, you know, only got 14 gauge screws in here now. I mean big beefy screw, but this has got to hold a fair bit of tonnage back. So what essentially we're doing is, in the gaps we've created here, we'll dig out, and we'll pretty much have concreted posts in here, like normal retaining wall posts and that. So because it is such a big area, and we had a lot of these star pickets lying around anyway, it was just much easier to lay it all out like this first, just to get the lay of the land, to understand what we're playing with, and then pretty much properly secure it all in place. So what we'll do now is, you know, places like here, we'll just have a corner part concreted in, probably have another post here concreted in, and then at every joint. So pretty much at the end of it, there'll be solid concreted posts, and we'll use coach bolts or through bolts from one side, so they'll run, so you'll have a coach bolt that go through here and all the way onto this side, and then that'll just tie it all in nice and tight. We'll just leave the star pickets in there more than likely, because who cares, it just gives extra rigidity really to everything. So you can see that, so I mean that's only 80 centimeters, about 85 centimeters out of the ground, and that's a I think it's like a 175mm star picket, so it's almost a meter buried down there. And thank you to my two workers here who got the job done. Mr. 8-pound sledgy, killing it. Next step will be to continue on with that. He's here to help again. You here to help, mate? Hey, you gonna help? No? That's what I thought. On your bike, mate. To keep on doing this. So guess what? Council deadline for them answering back on our permit was by November 6th. Not was on November 6th, but by November 6th. So, yep, lo and behold, they got back to us on November the 6th. But what they did come back with was that they need more information, and they need an archaeological report, his word. And essentially what it means is, because we do have some pretty big trees up here that are within 4 meters of what will be the new structure, they need an arborist to come out here and make sure that everything is okay. So we've got one tree there that fits their guidelines of needing it. I think this tree here maybe as well, and I think that one there. So because they're within X amount of space of the garage that we want to build, we've got to get a report from them. So we'll do that. So if you are an arborist in Melbourne, drop us a line, because I got one quote off one place at the moment that I just quickly googled, and it was $2,500, which seems a lot. So we got another one that was closer to $500, which is really odd that one company could quote 2.5 and one company could quote 500. I assume that's because the other company just couldn't be fucked doing it and is busy. So whatever, cool, that's fine. Next thing we need to also get a quote on is our concrete. So we've got to start understanding how much this is actually going to cost. So there's no use building into this project and realizing it's actually going to cost tens of thousands of dollars more than we thought it was, and we haven't budgeted for it. But yeah, last step for quoting is concrete slabs. So if you're a concreter also in Melbourne, and you want a quote on our slab, which is basically 18 meters by 5 meters by 125mm, drop us a line. Love to know how much it's sort of going to cost, and I can give you the details of the slope of the land and stuff like that, and how difficult the job might be. But yeah, love to support anyone who's going to come out and help us. So that should be enough for now. We'll go out and see if we can get this post hole digger and see if it's a winner.